Good evening, everyone, and welcome to digiMAX Sports Network. This is Scott Kirk along with Randy DeBoer. Finally joined by Ryan Vogel. Guys, big game tonight. Metamora travels up to 8 miles down the road to their arch rival Washington to take on the Panthers. Washington comes in at 0-2. This is deceiving 0-2. They're pretty good.
You know, you look at Kankakee and Cameron, I mean, two teams that they lost to, solid competition. So, yeah, that 0-2 record absolutely has nothing to do with what we're going to see here tonight out of Washington.
Yeah, for sure. They're a much better team than that. Metamora, though, is 2-0. Big win against Southfield last week, and then the first night against Sterling. Ryan, I know you didn't see the first two games, but Metamora, much better the second half defensively. They've come out both games and made great adjustments, and they've shut teams down in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, that's what this game's all about, is adjustments, especially at the high school level. If you don't make them, then the other team just continues to capitalize on it. And that's something that Metamora's always been good in. And they've got to continue to do that again. Like you said, this is a deceiving Washington team. Just 2 years ago, they started 0-2 in the conference, and then they ended up winning the conference. And they've played good teams in the past for the first 2 weeks, like Morris, Kankakee, Cameron.
Yeah, they've always been good. Their schedule's tough competition. That's made them better. New coach, though, this year for Washington, Coach Pat Stevens comes in. Different things. So a lot of people are kind of, maybe this was not so much, just good competition, but maybe things are different or maybe things are a little different now because we've made so many changes.
Yeah, and I mean, he's been on staff here for how many years? 5 years?
40 years.
So, I think he's tweaked a few things. They brought in Kurt Barth, the head football coach over at Eureka College. Now he's the offensive coordinator. Kurt Barth scored a lot of points as a coach over at Eureka College. So I got to believe that they're probably going to try to open their offense up a little bit and use their athletes a little bit more. But, that's deceiving when you say a new coach because – a lot of rollover from the program history here. So
why don't we take a timeout, pay some bills, and when we come back, we'll talk with the offensive coordinator for the Redbird.
So you got an offer from your cell phone provider for residential internet. Here's what you need to know. If you want fast, reliable internet, you need fiber. While cell providers prioritize mobile service, fiber was designed with internet users in mind. Severe weather, obstructions like trees or buildings, and your distance from a cell tower can all interrupt your 5G internet connection. And to make matters worse, cellular companies often reduce the speed and quality of their internet services through throttling and data caps to manage increased demand at peak usage hours. So when your neighbors are at home and online, you'll often experience slowdowns. And the more people who sign up for residential internet with their cell provider, the worse the experience will become, because cell companies can't scale up bandwidth to meet the demand. A dedicated fiber line, on the other hand, has no caps, no competition for data, and all the bandwidth you need for now and for years to come. Fiber utilizes fiber optic cable to create a designated line that's hardwired straight into your walls, so you don't have to share bandwidth with your neighbors. We know home internet is too important to only work some of the time, which is why we've built the fastest, most reliable network around. Contact us today to get connected.
Hi, Tom.
Hey, how's the college visit?
You remembered. It's good.
Does it make the short list?
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
Knowing our clients personally is what we do.
It's okay. This is what we've been planning for.
And with over 13,000 financial advisors, we do it a lot. It's why Edward Jones is the big company that doesn't act that way.
For financial strategies and one-on-one advice, contact Kevin Kyle.
Germantown Grill, where our staff loves the game as much as you do. Football, basketball, baseball, whatever your sport, we'll be cheering right along as we serve up your hometown favorites. We've got everything you need to celebrate the wins. Food and flavors to satisfy any craving. Plus, the best private gaming around. Powered by Gold Rush Gaming, the gold standard in video gaming. Only at Germantown Grill in Germantown Hills.
Must be Washington week.
Welcome back to Washington. We're here with Metamora offensive coordinator Nick Delancey. Coach, beautiful night tonight. It looked like we might get a little rain earlier, but it's going to end up being a really nice night. Washington week is Washington week, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's you get the juices going a little bit more. They're a big-time rival. Everybody knows it. Records get thrown out, but their 0-2 is pretty deceiving. They play two really, really good teams, so we're going to have to come out and play really well tonight.
Yeah, I thought so, too. The Kankakee team, you kind of throw that out the window. They're really, really good. They're very athletic, and they're big, and so they throw that. But I would say Canelan's probably more in line with how we are. But that was their first game. New coach, new system, everything. So you can kind of put that into the equation also.
Well, yeah, for sure. But, I mean, it's the same stuff. But the new offensive coordinator, it's definitely different for them. Trying to get adjusted. Defensively, though, they're really good.
Yeah.
Kankakee got a couple big plays, and they got speed to burn. So that's part of it. And I think we got some skill kids. I don't know if we have as many as Kankakee and what they're trying to do. But, we're going to try to take advantage of a little bit of our speed and see if we can get ahead of them, make them tackle us in space. We know what they're going to be. They're going to have 4 huge dudes up front and 3 linebackers that come downhill, and they're going to play cover 0 and challenge you. So we just got to make sure that when we get plays, we take advantage of them, and we make those plays when we got them, and then defensively, we've got to hold on.
That's the coach. I mean, the biggest thing here, just looking at this game is size. Their offensive line against our defensive line, there's a lot of size there. And really, our O-line, I don't know a lot about their defensive line. I know about their ends. We've seen their ends before. They're very talented. But how are we going to counter that size issue?
Well, offensively,
in the pit.
Run as far away from the big, heavy guys as we can, I'll be honest. We got to run in there some to keep them respected, but they're big in there. I mean, the Bell kid's a 2-year, almost 3-year starter. He's an all-area player coming back. And then they put another 280-pound kid next to him, and then obviously the 2 big D ends. And the linebackers just change faces, but they do the same thing. But offensively, they're huge. And kind of one of the big worries coming to the week is, our kids are fast, they're quick, they move well. It's just if they decide to line up and pound, what are we going to do? So Coach Gretz, Coach Herring have been working hard and getting those guys set up. Coach Albert and Coach Keys have a big week for them because, that's their guys, up front. So we just got to make sure that we got them in a position to, try to make some plays.
I'm just hoping that they have not looked at that Philadelphia wedge play, right? We
don't need any tush pushes. That's
my
for sure.
biggest fear. So
their quarterback's huge too.
Yeah, Coach Delancey, so obviously, when you're building a schedule, you never look at a schedule and say, hey, we could go 0-2 here. But do you think there's a little uncomfortability in that locker room right now, or is it kind of, hey, we're a good 0-2 right now?
Well, I think it's more they believe they're a good 0-2. I mean, they were in this spot 2 years ago playing basically the same 2 teams and, came back and ended up rolling through the middle line 7-2 and had a real good run in the playoffs. So I think they look at more as they're battle-tested. 2 really physical teams, 2 teams that are ranked in the top 10 in their classes. Canelan's up there with Sycamore in that group, so they play really good football up there, and they know that. But I think that's how they looked at it more. And I think they're hungry to come out and show, our 0-2 really isn't indicative of how good we are. And that, our 2-0, we got to make sure that our 2-0 is what it is. I mean, we haven't played great. We haven't played poorly, but I think we do have more in the tank for sure.
Well, Coach, you're just a few minutes, about 20 minutes away from kickoff. You going to change anything? I know we talked about how big they were in the middle of the field. So you go outside, probably have a few more screen plays. What's kind of the game plan? I don't want you to give it away.
But so they're listening to this on YouTube.
I said
shots here telling, hey, check out YouTube. Let's tell you what we're going to do. I mean, it's what we've been. I mean, you saw it the last couple of weeks. We've been trying to get off the edge with Jadon and Jimmy. Mark's going to have to come into the backfield a little this week. Jadon's ankle's still pretty boogered up. He gave it a try. We'll see where he's at. But Petrie's kind of our hammer rod. Those guys have been getting outside and running. We thought we missed 2 touchdowns last week on making a choice between the toss or the keep and getting the guard to fit in the right spot. So we spent a lot of time working on that. But, I mean, we've got to find ways to get one-on-one matchups that aren't with the 3 techniques, 5 yards in the backfield tackling our guys. So we've got some different wrinkles in, but it's stuff that we've been doing, and the kids are very comfortable. But, you know, we got to change some formations. We got to find a way to get the ball out quick in the passing game. So, I mean, we're fitting what we do, and we kind of not planning for week 3 all year, but we know what we're going to be, and for us to make a run, we got to use our speed. And we got a lot of kids that can run. So, you know, going double tight, double wing, and hammering in there is not exactly what these guys do best. So, I mean, we got a first-time senior starter, a first-time junior, a freshman, and then a, you know, first-time junior. So until those guys really get it cleaned up front, and they're making strides every week. Every week they're getting better. That, you know, that hopefully by the time we get to week 6, week 7, week 8, week 9, we're really starting to cook, and we have everything, right? We can spread the field, we can go deep, we can stay short, and we can hit them inside. So I'm pleasantly happy, you know, optimistic of as our movements going forward. So without telling them, we're going to try to score as many touchdowns as we can with as many fast guys as we've got, and try to get it to them as many different ways as possible.
Sounds good.
Am I going to get it done?
Coach, we'll let you get going here, but thanks, and bring home a W.
We'll do our best.
While we take a timeout, when we come back, we'll talk about the keys to tonight's game.
Both of my children have really enjoyed Dr. Frenette. She's epic with our kids. She works so well, making them feel comfortable, making the treatments fun, because fears can be a big deal.
If you haven't tried chiropractic, call us at Kaufman Wellness Center.
I'm actually 49 years old, and I'm in the best shape I've ever been in. What I like about Kaufman is the communication is excellent. It's always very easy to get in. They had a huge impact on how fast I was able to reach my fitness goal.
Martin's sign service team, led by third-generation sign installer Andrew Martin, is excited for another year of serving as Central Illinois' premier full-service sign company. Not only are we a proud authorized Watchfire digital message sign dealer, but we can custom design and fabricate a brand new sign to your specifications, as well as repair and upgrade your existing signage. Remember, you only have one chance to make a good first impression. Call Martin Sign Service today for a free quote.
Welcome back to Washington as they kind of do their Heroes Night tonight, honoring the all the military and first responders.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you all please rise and remove your hats and face the flag. Before the Washington Community High School Choir leads us in singing the national anthem, we will first observe a moment of silence for all those brave men and women who fought for and served this country and died in the line of duty. Thank you. And now direct your attention as our choir director, Laura Ream, and members of our WCHS choir sing our national anthem.
Welcome back to Washington. Did our national anthem. Well, Randy, Zielinski, I know that's a concern. I've talked to those guys all this week, and they're concerned about Washington's size up front.
Oh, Washington's big, physical. A lot of these guys wrestle. Great strength program here over the years, and they've played. Kankakee is absolutely big, strong, and athletic. So, they've played some big, tough teams already. So, absolutely, yeah. The battle in the pit. It's going to be interesting to watch that. In the box, we'll have to really keep our eye and see who's, winning that battle.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of impressive, really, when you look at what Metamora's got coming on that offensive line. They lose, right? What do you say? One senior and then one junior, and then the other junior is a first-year starter, and a freshman. And possibly at some point, I think we may see two freshmen starting on our line here. So we're awfully young, but that's part of the adversity of football, right? You got to get out there and compete the best you can with what you got. Yeah, it's. I give Washington some credit here. They're the little thing that they had here before the start of the game with the honoring the heroes and the first responders has been pretty impressive, to be honest with you.
Yeah, pretty awesome. Great to see that. Had the big flag out front with the cheerleaders, and pretty cool. Nice to pay our respects.
I believe in the past even they've had a military-themed jersey.
Yeah, they did. But the problem was that the numbers over the years didn't. They weren't the same as what they had during the regular or the other games, and teams were complaining. You watch them on film. 58 was the starting linebacker, and now he's number 7. So I think they've kind of ditched those. I'm not 100% sure of that, but I've heard that was one of the complaints.
They've always done a great job honoring military, though. That's pretty consistent throughout the years.
Yeah. Scotty, that kind of reminds me of one of those alumni games. I think they bring the jerseys half an hour before the game, and they just pass them out to guys. And, you go there and you don't know who's what for about half the game, so similar concept, I think.
Yep. And I guess both teams kind of went through and shook the hands of the military and the people that they're honoring here, so that's kind of nice.
Oh, fantastic. Makes me think of Soldier Field, where Chicago Bears play, Scotty.
Yep. And we're about 15 minutes away from kickoff, so we got a little bit of time here. And, for me, the key for Metamora tonight is to, you're going to have to play very good special teams. You're going to have to play very good defense, and you're going to have enough offense to keep their offense off the field.
For sure. You just said special teams, and it seems like the last few years, special teams has really been an Achilles heel for the Redbirds in this game.
Yeah.
I think of a couple punt blocks. I think they blocked one for a touchdown, and set up inside the 5-yard line.
Yep.
So you're right, absolutely critical for us. If we do, hopefully we don't have to punt the ball tonight, Scotty. But if we do, hopefully that works. Then we don't give up any big return yardage on the kickoff and whatnot. But Tommy Sopko's been doing a great job, driving the ball deep and whatnot. So he's really looked good there. So hopefully that comes around. But our punter, Jaden Lambert, is hurt. So, we're down to our second-string punter. I believe that's Stephen Petrie.
And if you have to go to the third-string guy, that's Tommy Sopko. Because he did that last week in that fourth quarter, got off a really good punt.
Yes, and it's rare that you see the third-string punter at any time. So, so I agree. Special teams is critical. And then, what happens in the box? Hopefully we can play action in there. We can run it a little bit, play action, and get our athletes out in space and, kind of throw over these big physical players that they have in the box,
I could bet money there were some jokes being said this week. Oh, man, I'm the third-string punter. And then the jokes got a little less funny when they yelled out, third-string punter, third-string punter.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's over, having a Gatorade and, catching his breath, and I just got to go out there and make it happen.
Ryan, when you were a senior, I believe you played Washington week 8. I think we had snow in the afternoon, and it was a cold, rainy night. You know, and the way we threw the ball around the field that year, it would have been nice to have a night like this.
Yeah, no kidding. We always joked about, man, we wish that game was at Washington on the turf.
Yeah.
Because you just never know what would happen. But, I mean, figures all year we have, you know, it's 75 with a breeze every night. And then the most important game of the year, it's snowing and raining on our grass, and we're playing a mud game. Just kind of a weird back-and-forth game. But, yeah, that would have been a fun one to play in and watch if we had some drier weather.
Oh, for sure, for sure. It started to fill in and become a pretty decent crowd on both sides, hasn't it?
Yeah, I'm looking at the Washington bleachers. I don't really see. I see a little bit of bleacher over there, but you know, maybe 20 seats up there available in the bleachers. So you got a few thousand people there, and you got people all clustered around. So on the Metamora side, I don't know, Ryan, you got a good view of the Metamora side. What's it look like over here?
It's pretty full. I'd say about 93.75% capacity. That's just a guess, though.
Love it. So yeah, this is always a great game, just a great rivalry. I want to say, I don't know where I saw it, but it might have been from Alex Staub's notes, but he said that this is the number 5 high school rivalry in football in the state of Illinois.
Number 5. Who would be number
5? So
who are the first 4 out of us?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. So, you know, but I'm sure there's some good ones up there. You know, maybe in Chicago, some of those Catholic League schools, you know, Quincy and
Quincy, Notre Dame, but that's big, small there.
Like Quincy and, or I'm thinking that the Quincy Blue Devils and maybe, East St. Louis or somebody. You know, you got to have a rivalry down there in Metro East St. Louis, and you know, but I'm sure you got a bunch up in Chicago, especially in that Catholic Suburban League. You know?
Yeah, it would have to be, you know, conference foes, you know, that play every year against in every sport probably. Yeah, you know, Glenbard East, Glenbard West, something like that. Naperville Central, and Naperville, whatever there is up there. I'm sure there's some big rivalries.
Yeah, and teams that have competed at a high level, you know, that have you know had state championships and you know semis appearances and whatnot. So
maybe one of those constant 1A state championship matchups, like an Anawan Weathersfield and you know.
Lena Winslow.
Yeah.
Lena
Winslow.
There you go. Stockton and Lena Winslow maybe could be one of those top. Or Galena, you know, one of those Class A schools up there.
I don't know if Lena Winslow has too many rivals. They're so good every year. You know, for a small school, a 1A school, to constantly put out those great athletes, you know, I would say, you know, maybe Rochester and Griffin. I don't know if that would be any better than Metamora and Washington, although those are 2 state contending teams every single year.
Yeah, exactly. So you just hit it, Scotty. That's got to be one of them. That's in the top 5.
You know, maybe it's lost a little bit of its luster this year. You know, the last year and then this year because Ken Leonard has retired. So they've lost that father-son matchup, but they're still, you know, conference rivals. So it'd have been nice if Sabi could have found out who those first 4 were.
Yeah, we're going to have to ask him next week. We're going to have to find out who the top 4 are now. That'll be the question of the week for us. So
maybe we'll have to send him home and not let him come back until he gets those 4. Lock him in the basement.
Yeah, until he comes out with an answer. I mean, I think that's reasonable, you know.
Ryan, you've missed the first 2 games playing in a Major League Baseball summer baseball league. What was that like?
Yeah, I had a good chance to go out there, and it's just kind of like a little umbrella league. So I wasn't really with an affiliated team necessarily. I was just you just kind of get a chance to have teams look at you and try to pick you up. They must not have looked too hard because, hey, I'm here, I'm back.
Yeah,
so.
we found you.
I'm just kidding, but yeah, it was a great time, a really good experience. I really enjoyed it.
They lived out on the East Coast for what, about 2 months?
Yeah, lived in New Jersey. Lived in New Jersey for about 2 months in a freshman dorm. That's the minor league life there.
No appearances on Jersey Shore or anything like that we need to know about?
No, not that you need to know about.
All right. What happens in New Jersey stays in New Jersey. Okay,
Yeah.
I get it.
Another thing we probably need to talk about a little bit is the fact that Washington, with the new coach, Todd Stevens, like we talked about before, and he's got a new offensive coordinator, Kurt Barth, came over from Eureka College. A lot of people say he's the heir apparent to Stevens. Todd Stevens, one of the nicest guys in the conference. And he's paid his dues. He's been a long-time defensive coordinator here. He's done an outstanding job. So, you got to say he deserved this promotion when Daryl Crouch retired.
Oh, he certainly earned it, and put his time in. And, from what they say, he's tweaked things just a little bit, maybe things he wanted to get done over the years. And, we'll see what the differences are in Washington here. Traditionally they've been pretty run-heavy with that up back. But I got to believe Kurt Barth is bringing some different things to the table as well.
We're about 7 minutes away from kickoff. Washington band out on the field, and both teams in their locker rooms. Ryan, when you're playing a rival and it's a big crowd and it's the biggest game of the year so far in the Mid-Illini, it's the first game of the first week of Mid-Illini Conference action. It's got to be getting a little tense.
Yeah, this is one of those where you definitely have circled on the calendar a lot of months prior. The ones that you're working for when you're in the dog days of summer that you're looking forward to. So it doesn't get much better than this, and it intensifies a little more when you think, hey, these could probably be two finalists for the Mid-Illini championship, and we're playing in week one of Mid-Illini play. So that's always a tough situation to be in because I guess you could say both teams are not weathered through the storm here. So kind of a game you'd like to see in maybe like a week 6, week 7, closer to playoffs. But, hey, any Metamora-Washington rivalry game, we'll take it.
Do you think this is maybe an advantage to Metamora that we are playing them week 3 before they've had a chance to kind of settle in on Kurt Barth's offense?
Yeah, I would say it's definitely an advantage, and especially now because you got them coming off 2 losses, and they haven't tasted winning yet, and we have. So we really have all the momentum, and they're going to have to muster up a lot over there to get some momentum going because they lost. They're on a 2-game losing. I guess going back last year, 3-game losing streak now. So,
but look at the 3 teams they've lost to, though: East St. Louis, Kankakee, and Maple Park Canelan.
Wow.
Good luck there.
That's a heck of a trio there.
It certainly is. That's a murderer's row. That's as tough a 3-game stretch as any team I've seen in the Mid-Illini, have to go through.
Yeah, and you got to give them props. I mean, it's not easy to go out and build a schedule like that. Year in, year out, you see a lot of contracts ended over that because you look in the past and it's like, hey, these guys have beat us 5 years in a row. We're not going to start out 0-1 anymore. So, I mean, I remember in the past them playing Morris the first couple weeks. So, I mean, they're no stranger to a good couple out-of-conference games. That's for sure.
For sure. One year Metamora went over and played a really good Rock Island team, coming off playing a really good Richwoods team. And so, it's tough being, and I think Metamora went 0-2, and both games came down to the wire, and we lost both of them. But, it set us up pretty well for the conference, and we end up going 7-2 and winning the Mid-Illini that year.
Yeah, we talked to Coach Delinsky a little bit about it, but, I mean, there's good 0-2s and bad 0-2s. You'd hate to go and just get absolutely stomped running clock the first 2 weeks. That doesn't always do a lot for you. But when you have a couple games that come down to the wire, which definitely last week Washington did, or the week prior, that's when your team starts to get a little more battle-tested.
As you can see, we're just about 3 minutes and about 40 seconds away from kickoff as Metamora gets ready to come onto the field. They're going to wait for the band to come off, and then they'll probably come on. And here comes Metamora. They're coming on a little bit quicker. So Metamora will be kicking to start this game off with. So I love that. I've always liked it when we kick off and then we get the ball to start the second half. To me, that's always an advantage.
Yeah, and this has been so far in these first two games. I mean, you said it earlier, Scotty, but it's been a great job of making second half adjustments. In our two first games here, I mean, the second half looked nothing like the first half. So
no.
Coaching staff has done a great job of taking advantage of that second half and that halftime locker room.
It looks like Washington will probably announce this starting lineup here before kickoff.
Something you don't see very often. Not many people do it.
Yeah, football is pretty rare.
We used to do it like this too before we had the replay board. Now we put the starters up on the big screen.
A couple other games we're going to be watching here in the Mid-Illini. You got East Peoria at 2-0. Looks like they host Limestone. So that'll be an interesting game. East Peoria probably has the advantage there. Dunlap is hosting Pekin.
That should be a good game. I think Pekin's going to be pretty good. They've got a big line. They've got a running back. If they can control the clock, they can take the ball out of Dunlap's hands.
Yes, that should be a good game to keep an eye on. You've got Morton hosting Canton. So it should be an interesting week here to kind of see what happens. But you're right, that Pekin-Dunlap game will definitely be a game we'll have to keep an eye on and keep tabs on that score.
First, Dunlap with Max Sutter. He's a big boy, 6'7", 6'8", being recruited by everybody.
It offers.
Like just about every Power 5 conference has at least one of their teams offering him. So
yeah, I think they've got some SEC offers. And if you remember last year when we played them in the last game of the season, Sutter and Bergen kind of shared the quarterback position, which I thought was kind of interesting. I didn't know, it didn't really have a lot of rhythm. But I talked to a Dunlap fan last week, and he said that Bergen's playing quarterback 100% of the time, and they're using Sutter as a receiver and a blocker, even lining him up out at wide receiver at times. So I really think Dunlap that team's got a lot more focus than what they've had in the past. So it'll be interesting to see how that all figures out. But you're right, Max Sutter's one heck of a talent.
I would almost go to say that last year with Dunlap putting Sutter at, they would almost doing themselves a disservice by taking him out of the rest of the play.
Good point.
Especially on pass plays, because that's just the guy. I mean, there's not many guys in the middle line that are going to tackle him in the open field. He's just too big, and there's a reason he's got about every offer in the book.
Yeah, definitely. And watching him play basketball, I mean, he was a heck of a rebounder. So thinking about, you get in the red zone, you throw it up to a guy like that. It's like having Greg Olson or Rob Gronkowski in your lineup.
How many high schools got a 6'2", 6'3" wide defensive back? So he's going to have a huge it's a huge matchup problem for everybody else on their schedule.
And he knows how to post up.
Yep.
Yeah, I think last year about that week too, where I think we kind of knew that we weren't going to see much of Max Sutter at quarterback after that.
Ryan, can you see who's back deep for Washington?
Be 1 and 21.
That's A.J. Jones and Kamar Mack. That's right, 21?
1 and 20. Sorry.
1 and 20.
Ball bounces around the 20. Washington will start inside their own 20-yard line.
Back at the 18-yard line. That just stopped, and then it took a weird bounce, and their guy couldn't get the handle on it.
That's great placement by Topko. He found a little gap there in their setup. Just dropped it in there.
Just perfectly in no man's land.
The Washington comes out. Tyler Humphrey, number 9, the quarterback. He's a big kid, 6'1", 190.
Yeah, I believe he was second team all-conference last year, if I'm not mistaken. They hand it off to the up back, and it's just a big scrum.
And pick up of about, what, 8, 7, or
about 8 yards. Wow. You know, we talked about that Philadelphia, scrum play in pregame, and that's kind of what that looked like to me, Scotty. I don't know about you.
Yeah. Actually, Humphreys goes 205, 6 foot 205.
Give it to the up back again. Same thing. They're just pushing it right up the gut here. You know, back when I was in high school, we used to tell our linemen we were always undersized, Scotty. We'd just say bear crawl. You know, just bear crawl and make a pile.
Who was that? 44 for them that carried the ball?
Yeah, it was the up back. I can't see his number from
Will
here.
Freeman, 5'11", 200 pounds. Even their running backs.
Same thing, right up the middle.
A little bit better there.
Hard to see who made the play there. I mean, it's such a pile.
Will Freeman again, pickup of about 2.
Oh, they're Kevin Barker with the tackle in there. Well, they're testing our physicality up front here, so give it to the back, number 20. It's Hunter Reed.
And brings up a third and about 5.
Now, just talking to Coach Lindsay before the game, he said that the coaches had a feeling that they, especially with their quarterback play, it's been a little iffy the past few weeks, that they might just bear down and just run it right up the gut. And that's exactly what they've done for the first 4 plays.
This is a big down for the Redbird defense. It's 3rd and 5.
They give it to Reed, who's up the middle. Gets brought down by Barbarinas, but that's after about a 20-yard gain. Well, at some point, you got to load the box a little bit here, Scotty.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
I mean, you know, this is the alignment of the backs is a little different than what Crouch had them, but you know, similar results here.
Oh, he moved. He moved. That's a flag. Yeah. Took a while, but he did move.
The line judge has got it. Yeah, it looks like it was tight end here, right on the end of the line.
Is that Prina?
That'll bring him back. Looks like 87. That's Joe Smith.
Yep. Joe Smith, a junior.
That'll do a 1st and 15 here for the Panthers. Their own 45-yard. I'm sorry, at the Metamora 45-yard line. Well, here's an opportunity for our defense here to take advantage of this. Little change issue there with Humphreys and Reed.
Brings up a 2nd and about 18.
A loss of 3. 2nd and 18, Washington.
Metamora's got to take advantage of this, Randy.
Yeah. Oh, this is a huge opportunity here.
Are they going to do a little play-action pass, you think?
That would be my guess. You know, you got to have 18 yards here, you know, unless they want to break it down in 2 chunks. But
he goes back to the shotgun for the first time tonight.
Yep. Oh, ball goes through his hands. Humphreys got it, and he falls on it back.
And there's a pretty good
39-yard line. Wow.
There's a pretty good hold in the middle. They pulled his jersey back. But I'd rather have the penalty or the loss of yardage back to their own 39-yard line. That makes it a 3rd and
forever here.
Yeah, about almost 30, about 29 yards, I think.
Yeah. Wow. What a sequence of events here.
And from my view, it looked like double zeros before they even got that off, but we'll take this.
Washington sets up, trips right. One back in the backfield. Goes in motion. Little screen pass. It's
down in
brought
distance.
down.
That brings up a fourth and about, still quite a few yards. Fourth and about 20?
20, yeah.
Tackle by 16, Petrie, gain on the play, back across midfield.
Well, this will give the Redbirds here an opportunity to get out the offense, see what we can do.
Who's back deep for Metamora?
Looks like Avery Grebner.
Avery Grebner, okay.
Joe Smith, the punter.
It'll be interesting to see if Jadon Cranford goes out on the field for the Redbirds on their first offensive possession.
Off a pretty nice kick. Frederick backs away, lets it bounce.
Was that Frederick or Avery Grebner?
I'm sorry, that is Grebner. I'm sorry. Like they're going to down it at Metamora 6-yard line. 7-yard line, I'm sorry.
Would have liked to have seen him maybe make a fair catch.
Yeah.
What's that? Ball's on what the 7's on the 7-yard line. Ooh. We're going to have to move the ball and get the ball out of the shadow of our own end zone. The battle of field position now.
Well, let's see what Coach D's got cooked up for us here. Cote split out wide, the Metamora sideline. You've got Frederick and is that Grebner over there?
Yep.
And then you got Pickles coming out here. So it looks like we're in the spread.
Oh, ball's batted away.
Yeah.
It was attempted to Pickles.
Yep, little quick slant to Pickles, and somebody got their paw on that, just knocked it away. Yeah, Evan Kyle is in the backfield. Cam Nickel subs in.
That brings up a 2nd and 10 for the Redbirds.
The Redbirds are in trips right. Kyle in the backfield. Kyle flares out to his left, gets the pass, gets a couple yards.
And that makes it a 3rd and about, 6 maybe? See what they say. It's kind of hard to tell from here. 3rd and 7.
3rd and 7, yep. It was a nice catch by Kyle. You know, just that ball kind of got right behind his helmet. Did a nice job of hauling that in. Pickles now comes back in for Nickel. Redbirds line up in the spread again. Kyle in the backfield with Petrie.
We're not very high, so it's hard to get a good view.
Goes out to Grebner. Grebner gets close to the first down. I don't know that he's got it, but boy, he's awful close. Looks like he's about a yard short.
Did he go for it?
Boy, this is.
I would say
you got to kick it away.
I'd say absolutely not.
That's catastrophic here if you don't get that.
Is it a fake?
Now, what would Kurt Ryan do?
It's a. Well, he wouldn't even send the punting unit out there.
Yeah, he wouldn't even think twice. I mean, he's going for it. Right?
They don't have a punter.
That's what Kurt always said. I can't send the punt unit out because I don't have a punter.
That's right. So Petrie's back to punt in for Jaden Lambert, who got hurt last week on a punt block play. Petrie gets it off. Nice high kick. And it was called as a fair catch, but then he stepped away. That was
that Jones?
Interesting.
Yeah, and we got to be careful there. You got to give them some room to catch that too.
Yeah, so I think the refs are discussing it because you're right. That's kind of a. You got to give him 3 yards or something, Ryan? What's the rule on that?
I think it's 2 yards, but since he didn't try to make the catch, it probably wasn't penalty.
Yeah, we're probably glad that he stepped away there at the last second.
Yeah. Washington takes over on the Metamora 47-yard line. Reed gets it up the middle. It's about 3.
Foul made by 26, Cam Nickel. Gain of 4 on the play, 2nd and 6, Washington.
Reed gets it again on the left side. Look, it gets brought down by Petrie after it gets a first down.
Petrie with the stop. Gain on the play to the 36-yard line. First down, Washington.
Nothing fancy here, Scott. They're just playing physical ball with us, you know. Again, testing our physicality in that defensive line. Up the middle again to Reed. Got a little bit of room, still on his feet. Down inside the 25-yard line. Another first down for the Panthers.
They're running with the if it's not broke, don't fix it method here.
Right, yeah, they're going to do that until we stop them.
You got a couple of 265-pound guards up there, 70, 73. I can't see. They're just so big up front. Metamora take a timeout.
That's a good timeout by Coach. You know, let's
Timeout, Metamora.
change things up a little bit.
Probably getting close to last call for 50-50 tickets for tonight. Remember again, we will have 2 winners this evening. We'll read those numbers after our band performance at halftime. First number will be for the regular 50-50 cash prize, and we will have a second winner that will receive a package of pork on our annual Porks for Pigskin Night. Thank you.
Got a couple scores for us here. Got a in the small school games. Eureka is up 14-0 over digiMAX.
Yep, figured that one.
And another big game, you know, on the 5A circuit is Sycamore and Muhammad Seymour. Sycamore's up 7-0 in the first quarter, so that's a game we want to keep our eyes on. You know,
Joe Ryan,
and those are 2 more than likely playoff teams, no question about it. No other scores that we're aware of. Humphreys keeps it on the left side,
and he'll go in for the score.
A flag is thrown, so there could be some holding there on the outside, but we'll have to see what we get from the official.
And that's a play that has been set up perfectly by this entire drive.
And the holding penalty against Washington.
Yep, that'll come back. But you're right, Ryan. That was a nice call by their coach. You know, now, you know, the play action now is alive and well. You know, our linebackers are going to be climbing and getting in there and trying to fill holes and shut them down. So, got us up on our toes.
Holding. Offense.
So that'll make it first and about 10. I think it was. I think you got.
Is that a spot of foul?
Yeah, it was a spot foul.
So it was 10 yards down the field, huh?
It was probably about right. Yeah.
Okay. Humphreys keeps it on the left side. Gets brought down by Kevin Barker, and that's Pickles that was in there.
Pretty close to the same play, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was.
Very similar, absolutely. If you get about 6 yards on that.
Makes it a 2nd and 4.
Now this is the familiar set that we're used to seeing with the fullback, you know, right over the guard. Give it to Reed on the left side. He's through the line. Gets into the end zone. I don't see any flags out there.
Nope.
Washington takes the lead here with 3:24 to go in the first quarter. Like they're going to try to kick the extra point here. Number 7, Devin Miller in the kick. Number 6, Jack Mole in the hold.
Well, that's Maley.
Kick is up. And it's good. That's Maley.
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
I don't know if it was his dad or not, but his dad was, I think, if it's the same family, pretty good player for Washington back in the late 90s.
Okay. Yeah, that would be about right. That could be his kid.
Could be Jared Grebner, about his same age.
Okay, yeah. Makes sense. Well, we've got a physical affair going here.
For sure.
They'd like to see us, get out in space and try to take advantage of our speed here.
Yeah, I'd say hopefully this drive's going to be a lot different. We had to be a little more reserved just because of field position.
Sure.
They punt us and got us down to the 6, so, we weren't left with much there.
Yeah. Is that Mark Frederick deep?
Mark Frederick, and can you see who's on the other side, Ryan?
Got Evan Kyle and Grebner are up.
Let it go in the end zone. Yep. Get it at the 20-yard line.
Well, a little more breathing room than last time, so hopefully we can be a little more aggressive here.
They have a nice little kicker. Devin Miller, and they've had a streak of a couple good kickers. I remember just a couple years ago on this field, at the end of the first half, they had attempted, I want to say it was a 50-plus yard field goal down on this opposite end.
They've always had, and this one's big. Miller is 6'4", 180.
Yeah, tall and lengthy. Perfect build for a kicker.
Pitch out to Kyle on the right side. He's got some space. Oh, we've got a flag over here. We'll see what that's about.
Number 6, Evan Keel, the carry for the Redbirds. Brought down by number 1, A.J. Jones, gain on the play to the 32-yard line.
Oh, it looks like it's
on the far side of the field.
What are they signaling? Oh, they're waving it off.
Waving it off. Okay, the play stands.
Pass not thrown beyond the line.
That moves the ball out.
Coach Grebner had to clarify something to the official there, so thank goodness he did, and they picked it up. First down, Metamora.
That's a nice play by Kyle.
Yeah, really showcasing his speed, getting out there to the edge. Kyle bounces it out to the left side. Again, has another first down. Down about the 45.
Nice play by the guys up front. Did a nice job letting him get into the open field like that.
And they did a nice job. They brought Grebner in on motion, and just created a little misdirection to the inside of the field. And that just was enough, I think, to shake Kyle loose there.
So 2 runs back-to-back, awfully good.
Grebner now moves into the slot. Now Grebner in motion. Gets the pass out on the right side. Out in space, just gets a couple yards. Nice play, keeps it open. Couple scores for us here. Dunlap is up 14-0 in the first quarter over Pekin. And East Peoria is up 7-0 over Limestone in the first quarter. So, interesting. Boy, Dunlap really jumped out there. Didn't expect that.
No.
And I will say, I'm itching for an East Peoria playoff appearance this year.
Yeah, it's been a while since they've been in the playoffs. The last time they were in the playoffs, it was controversial. The lights went out, and the guy scored against East Peoria.
Petrie keeps it. Up the right side. Like gets out to right about midfield. Brings up a 3rd and about 5.
Tackled by 89, Carter Prina, gain up to the 49-yard line. 3rd and 6, Metamora.
For East Peoria's sake, I mean, I'd like to think they can take down Canton and Limestone, so, I mean, everyone else is going to be on upset alert for East Peoria playoff appearance.
For sure. Big down for the Redbird offense here.
Got a whistle here and a flag. I don't know.
Play has grown dead. Penalty marker before the snap. Prior to the snap, delay a game. Number 6.
Wasn't watching the play clock. Did the play clock get down to 0 there? Okay, that's the 3rd and 11 now for the Birds. So that changes a lot.
That's for a team that's got to play really well to win this, and that just changes a lot of things on this drive.
Yeah.
It's a 3rd and 11.
Birds come out in the spread. Frederick, Brebner, Pickles, and that Cote on the other side. Petrie back to pass, and he throws an interception. And that is number 30, is that 36, 38?
Thomas Dietrich with the interception.
And he just stepped perfectly in front of a little slant route.
Yeah. Tough, 3rd and long. They're sniffing out the pass at that point, so. Well, see if our defense can hold up here. Quarterback keeper
nice
dropped for a loss.
Guy number 9, that's Brad Shaw.
Brad Shaw, yeah.
Real nice play.
2nd and goal from the 12, 13.
Yeah, it's about the 12.
Humphreys hands off to Freed, gets on the left side, gets wrapped up, still on his feet.
He maybe got inside the 10, maybe right at the 10.
Yeah, 9.5.
Pretty good play by the Redbird defense there, too.
Brings up a 3rd down.
And I believe that'll bring it down to the end of the 1st quarter.
Yeah, and a big down coming up, too. If we can just get away with them only getting 3, then that's a win.
Oh, for sure.
Take this time to thank our sponsors.
And that'll be the final play of our 1st quarter. After 1 quarter, Washington 7.
Do not miss the Boys of Fall concert on September 21st at Black Partridge Park, featuring Redbird alumni Joe Stam, Brody Vansel, and Landon Durst. Proceeds from the event will benefit the Unified Redbirds. Commerce Bank is proud to support the Metamora Redbirds.
If you can't get enough of Washington Metamora action, check out the JV game that will be played this upcoming Monday at 6 p.m.
Goodfield State Bank, good enough to serve you, small enough to know you. Goodfield State Bank, a true community bank.
September 27th against Limestone High School. Again, the freshmen will
Hanover's Pub, your favorite food and drink every time you visit. See you on the square.
7:30. The JV football team's next home game will be Monday, September September 23rd versus
Mason Funeral Homes, proud supporter of the Metamora Redbirds. As we get started for this second quarter action, Redbirds trail 7-0. Brings up a big third down play for the Redbird defense.
Humphreys in the shotgun. Goes to his right, dumps it off. Shock is there to make the play.
That's just really good defense.
Wow.
Who put the pressure on? Was that, I couldn't tell who put the pressure on. Was that Mark Frederick that put pressure on Humphreys, and he, at the loss of a yard, brings up 4th and goal from the 13. I think that'll bring on their field goal unit.
Yep, they've got Miller out there to cook.
That's cook too.
30-yard attempt, and it is good.
Makes it 10-0. That's a good job by the Redbird defense, though.
Great job by the defense. You can't ask for anything else. That's what they did. So that's a good sign. They were making some adjustments in there.
It takes the wind out of their sails, especially after a pick six there.
A near pick.
Or a near pick six, sorry.
That's a really good job, though. They took away a lot of things from that.
Yeah, we firmed up against the run. I mean, that was nice, you know, and they've got Humphreys doing keepers, and, you know, we've got an eye on him, and so that was a nice job. Well, 11-13 in the second quarter. Score is Washington 10, Redbird 0.
Back deep for Metamora. Ryan, can you see who that is again now?
Looks like Frederick is deep for the Birds right now.
Fredericks and Avery Grebner.
Grebner and Kyle are kind of on the sides, and then you got Shea Steele as kind of the up man. I expect Miller here just to blast us out of the end zone, but we'll see. Used to know a kicker at Metamora that used to do that all the time.
Yep.
Was it number 38, something like that?
Alex Staub?
Yes, I think it was Alex. That goes into the end zone. And Redbirds will get the ball 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, Ryan, back in the day, used to just blast that ball to the end zone. It was awesome, you know. I mean, starting at the 20-yard line every time, that's big. You know, I don't know what the statistic is. Scott, I think you threw the statistic out one time, but what is it, the chance of a high school team scoring from their own 20-yard line? It's like less than 20% or something, 15%. It's a lot lower than you would expect.
Especially when you go 80 yards, they're going to have a penalty or a turnover or something like that.
Yeah, tough to do. Kyle in the backfield with Petrie. Petrie keeps it on the left side, still on his feet, gets a couple. Updated score here. Dunlap 14, Pekin 7. Pekin had an 80-yard touchdown.
Brings up a 2nd and 8.
Still in the first quarter. East Peoria Limestone are tied up at 7 in the second quarter. And Morton is up 14-0 over Canton in the first. Petrie back to pass.
Oh, nice
Gets
play.
the ball to Kyle. Kyle looks like he's got enough for the first down.
Yep, that's a nice play. That's a real nice play by Metamora.
And some really good downfield blocking by Mark Frederick there, too. Opened up a hole for him.
Boy, that's huge. You know, you get your receivers blocking like that. That just changes everything. Petrie back to pass, looks down the field for Frederick.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, they're going to...
That could go either way here. It could go either way. A lot of contact there as the ball was in the air. A lot of contact.
That's only a 15-yard penalty, but we'll take it.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 8. 15 yards from the previous spot. Yardage results in a first down.
That's Andre Lewis for Washington on the penalty. And a matchup of two number 8s. Yep, out there.
His older brother was a good athlete, football and basketball.
Petrie and the keeper has a little bit of room. It's about 8 yards, maybe 7.
Underrated aspect of some high school stadiums, love the referee mic'd up. You don't get to see that often.
No.
Helps out a lot.
Yeah, that's the referee crew themselves that do that. So some do and some don't.
We have the names on some of these officials out here, Scott?
No, but we have addresses.
I know Dean Magro is an official that always does a real nice job.
Yes.
You know, I don't know if that's Dean out there or not.
I don't think it is.
Petrie back to pass. Tries to keep it and goes down right about midfield. Bring up a 3rd and 5 for the Birds.
Now this is starting to get into a little bit of 4th down territory, I'd say.
Yeah, I would think so too. 8:43 to go, first half. Redbirds trail 10-0. You know, they've got Cam Nickel in here. I look for a little screen pass to him. You know, one of your senior leaders.
It's up in a 2-point stance. Pretty tight formation here for the Birds. Petrie keeps it, and not much doing there. Brings up a 4th down. 4th and about 7, it looks like.
Should that have been a give, maybe? Awfully tough to read when you're down on the field.
You know, in a tight formation against these physical players. That's pretty tough to run in between the tackles, you know. Petrie comes in to kick the ball now. He's deep.
Could this be a fake? Would you risk a fake right here?
You know what? There's an opportunity for it. They've got 2 guys back, so we should have a little bit of an advantage. But Petrie kicks it away. Ball goes out of bounds.
That's decent. Right at the 20 or the 18?
Yeah, inside the 20. That's fantastic.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Here's to be at the 19-yard line. First down, Washington.
An interesting right-handed thrower, left-handed punter combo.
Ooh. Wow.
Ambidextrous.
Left-footed, I should say.
We're going to have to ask him about that.
That's an oddity. You're right.
Kind of like being a position player, throwing left-handed, batting right-handed. Baseball. Similar, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, they want you guys all to be switch hitters, don't they, Ryan?
I guess.
That's kind of the name of the game, right? Humphreys keeps it straight up the middle. Gets met by Redbird's line here, but maybe a gain of
we'll see what it is.
1, maybe. Barker with the stop. Nice job by the D-line here. We're starting to firm up a little bit.
Good job by the Redbird defense.
Humphreys under center. Hands it off to Reed. He's awful close to the first down. I don't think he's quite got it. Brings up a 3rd and 1.
Boy, he got more. Yeah, 1. Boy, he got more yards there than I thought he did.
Yeah, I mean, he's running hard. He drug us for a couple yards at the end there.
Oh, he moved.
A little movement there.
They moved.
Yep.
Prior to the snap, false start, 89, offense. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
89, that's Connor Prina.
Carter.
I'm sorry, Carter. You're right. Carter Prina.
Brings up a 3rd and about 6 for the Panthers.
It could be a big break for the Redbirds here if we can stop them here. Humphrey in shotgun. Looking to pass, looking to his right side, going long.
And that's
overthrows
it. That's good coverage. Is that Avery Grebner? Yeah, that's intended for A.J. Jones, and Grebner was right with him, stride for stride. To bring up a 4th and about 6 for the Panthers. Good defense by Metamora.
Wow.
4th and 6, Washington.
And just going back to think about us on here, we were saying might be 4th down territory for us, but again, our defense looked pretty good on the prior drive, so we trusted again, and it worked out.
Our quickness must be paying off in there. You know, it looks like we're getting into some gaps, and, you know, we even put a little pressure on the quarterback there. Boy, he gets a nice kickoff. Grebner fields it, falls down immediately inside his own 40-yard line.
Down to about the 35.
It was a nice job just to catch that ball, because that was going to roll quite a ways here. So.
Was down right as the catch was made. Ball will be spotted at the 30.
Boy, it'd be sure nice to get a score before halftime.
Oh, that would be a welcome sight. 5:45 to go in the half. Redbirds take over in their own 39-yard line. Redbirds come out like trips right. Evan Kyle in the backfield with Petrie. We've got a whistle here on the flag on the far side of the field.
Ooh. See, it's these penalties that get us behind the chains really hurt. They really, really hurt.
That puts a little extra pressure on you now. We're 1st and 15.
Against the Redbirds, now makes it 1st and 15.
Yeah, against a team like this, you definitely have to play clean. Frederick and Cote, the wideout. Kyle in the backfield. Kyle gets it up the middle. Not much doing.
Carry by the Redbirds, number 6, Evan Q.
Loses a yard or two.
89 Prina and 73 Hoffman in on the stop.
That's going to be awful tough to run between the tackles on these guys.
16 Metamora.
You know, you got to do that once in a while, though, just to keep the teams honest, keep them inside. Otherwise, they get all spread out, and then you're in trouble.
Redbirds are trips right. Petrie back to pass, rolls to his right. Looking down, looking long, looking for Cote. Cote goes up, almost makes the grab, just can't haul it in. But, boy, he made a great effort to get up and get after that ball. Pretty good coverage by the D-back there. Although he didn't turn, he was right there.
And 16 Metamora.
That was number 3, Evan Reed, in coverage. Not sure if that's a brother there to the running back, Hunter Reed.
Maybe cousins. They're both seniors.
Okay, yeah. Or twins. Birds in the spread. Petrie keeps it. It's brought down. Brings up a 4th down for the Birds. Some scores here. We got Morton 20, Canton 0 in the second quarter. Pekin and Dunlap tied up at 14 in the second quarter. East Peoria 14, Limestone 13 in the second quarter. Another game here, Morris up 21-6 over Peoria High in the second quarter. Eureka and DMAC. Eureka's 14, DMAC 0 in the second quarter. And Sycamore, Muhammad Seymour still 7-0 in the second quarter. Thank you to Alex Staub for those updates. We appreciate it. Washington fields it. Just gets over midfield.
He's right at the 50.
Yeah, right at midfield. So, yeah, 88 Riley Jackson on the stop for the Redbirds.
So the Redbird defense is going to have to step up again. They've played a lot in Metamora territory. They've been on Metamora's side of the field for most of this first half. I think the defense has just played outstanding.
Yeah, after that first drive, they've really stepped up. And after the interception, they really firmed up to hold them to a field goal. So let's see what we can do here. Humphrey under center. Pitches it out to Reed on the right side. I'm sorry, is that Reed? Ryan, do you got a number on that running back? Got a little scrum going here, still on his feet. Now they're going to blow it dead. Was that number 20, or who was that with the ball?
Yeah.
Okay, that is Reed. Sorry. His jersey was wrinkled up a little bit. I thought it was a 24 or something. These programs really need to consult us about their numbers that they purchase, We're going to have to, get some kind of a lobby going here, Scotty, because it's awful tough to see these numbers.
Our numbers can be really tough to read, though, too.
They are. I'm telling you. It's tough. Got to have an eagle eye like Jonathan Stallberg to be able to see these numbers, Up the middle to Reed. Gets a couple. Maybe 3.
Gain of 35, 2nd and 7, Washington.
Humphrey under center for the Panthers. Hands the ball to Reed on the right side. Gets stopped immediately.
Yeah.
Great job.
Great job by Cam Nickel there.
Yep.
Number 28, Hunter Quinn. Stop by 6, Keel. No gain on the play. 3rd and 7, Washington.
Nice big play here for the defense. Although they're probably in 4-down territory, huh?
Probably, I would think.
That or field goal.
Be nice for a pick 6 by Metamora. We haven't had a pick 6 in forever.
That would be nice. Once it goes in motion, pitches to the left side.
As a hold. That's a hold. There was a hold there. Yep, they finally got it. That was a hold. That was a huge hold there.
Flag has flown here, right?
Yep.
About the 25-yard line. Good call, Scott. Was that number 22 on the carry there?
Yep.
Tucker Boswell. It's the first time I think we've seen him carry the ball tonight.
And he just grabbed his whole jersey and pulled him away.
Yeah, there was a little too much open space out there, for sure. Let's spot a foul then, 10 yards.
Yeah, since it's past the line of scrimmage, yeah.
Offense, number 88, during the run, 10 yards from spot a foul, 3rd down.
Fingers are back pretty close to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
From the spot of the foul, replay 3rd down, 3rd and 8, Washington.
Big down for the Redbird defense here.
Like Washington's going to take a timeout. Talk things over. Well, with 2:02 to go in the half.
See, 2.5 time. We'll have a performance by the Marching Panthers. And again, directly after that, we'll have our winning number of tonight's 50-50. And we'll have that second drawing for our package of pork on our...
Be awful nice to see a turnover here.
Oh, it certainly would.
Thank you again to all of the coaches and parents that helped out the Booster Club with the selling of our 50-50.
You know, we haven't had... When was the last time we had a scoop and a score or a pick-six?
You know, I'm going back a couple years, you know, but I'm thinking of Garrett Taylor. You know, probably 3 or 4 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, against Dunlap, yeah.
Yeah, that's the last one I can think of in my mind here.
Pick 6 against Jacksonville at home at the end of the game.
Oh, that's right.
Tyler Cassett, didn't he have... Washington fumbles and now goes back to their own 46-yard line. 45-yard line, I guess.
It goes back to the Metamora 45.
What do you do here now?
I think they got a punt.
You got to kick it away.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a break.
4th and 17, Washington.
Yeah, 4th and 17 for the Metamora 45. That's you know, with 1:30 to go, clock is running. All right, let this run out. Take the 5-yard penalty.
Probably.
Kick it away. You know, max out. Here, Washington takes a timeout with 1:14 to go here in the half.
I got to tell you, I'm impressed with the Redbird defense.
Yeah, they've done a nice job. I mean, in that case, you know, that was a break, you know, with the fumble, but still, I think we had some guys out there ready to make the play. But yeah, after that first drive, we've really toughened up here. Offensively, we've got to get something going. You know, we really need to. You know, we had a couple nice plays in a row, then I think a penalty got us, and you know, so yeah, the penalties, you're right, have absolutely hurt us a little bit. Just, you know, motion, little things.
So we'll get the ball back with a little over a minute to go, Randy. Do you just run the ball and let the clock run out?
Gosh, I'd love to see us, you know, throw the ball in the end zone, you know, and a little Hail Mary, but
I guess it depends on what kind of a return we get.
Yeah, for sure. But you're right. I mean, that's asking a lot, you know, that kind of a play. You're risking another interception for a big return. So, punt is up, off to the right side, goes out of bounds. Let's see where the official marks it here.
Should be somewhere above the 20. Yep.
Outside the 20-yard line?
There we go, about 25.
25. We got 1:06 on the clock. I don't know. You know, we've got speed. You know, maybe you throw it up and see if we can run underneath the ball. You know.
Absolutely, just a cannot turn over situation here.
Yeah.
Protect the ball.
Birds come out, trips right. Is that Liam Udell out there, number 17, outside receiver? Run it off the left side. They get a couple. Clock is running.
I think Grebner's going to be satisfied just going in on down 10.
You don't want to make a big mistake here. You don't want to open this game up.
Yeah, and we're also getting the ball to start the second half, so that's
true. But you don't want to open up a 3-score game for sure. Ball goes out to Kyle on the right side. Gets to the sideline. Clock stops at 24.8. That brings up a third down, about a 3rd and 8 for the Birds.
No gain on the play, 3rd and 8, Metamora.
With 24 seconds to go, I think Metamora will probably just another handoff, let Kyle run.
Kyle gets it up the middle for a couple.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say Washington might use the timeout here, make us punt.
Yeah, make us kick and try to get a big play here. So, a couple scores here. Morton 26, Canton 0 in the second quarter. Beacon and Dunlap still knotted up at 14. East Peoria 21, Limestone 13 in the second quarter. Morris 21-6 over Peoria High in the second. No other changes out there. So this East Peoria team seems like they're scoring some points this year. 21 points. I think the first couple of weeks they've got a high-power offense. So they've got a first-year coach, Sam Durley, that was a quarterback at Eureka College, coached along with Kurt Barth, the offensive coordinator here at Washington. So I think he's changed things there, and they've got a high-power offense going there at East Peoria. So kind of like what you said earlier, Ryan, it's nice to see East Peoria putting up some points and having a competitive program,
Absolutely.
Petrie back to kick for the Redbirds. Up the middle, fair catch by H.A. Jones.
So with 13 seconds to go, do you take a couple guys, put them back about the 5-yard line?
You go in a prevent here, and so I don't know if they're going to take a shot, but, by taking the timeout, it seems like that's what they want to do.
Yeah, you just got to manage here. Manage these last couple plays.
Washington sets up and trips right. Humphrey in the shotgun. Looking to his right.
All right.
Goes over the middle. Short. Incomplete. 6.9 on the clock. Bring up a 2nd and 10.
Receiver 88, James Johnson. 2nd and 10, Washington.
Nice. I'm going to leave this up here then.
Didn't throw that with a lot of conviction, did he?
No, I don't. I think, he wanted to be safe. Get the ball down, get a few yards, get closer to striking distance to the end zone, but certainly didn't want to get that ball up and have it tipped or, have a turnover here in a return, right? Maybe he's playing it safe. Washington in the spread. Humphrey at shotgun. It's the ball. Back to pass. And gets wrapped up by the Birds. Barbarinas has him around the leg. As clock expires here, that brings us to the half. Washington 10, Metamora 0.
Take some time and thank our sponsors.
After 2 quarters of play of tonight's varsity contest, the Washington Panthers 10, Metamora Redbirds.
McDonald's, get in, get out quickly with McDonald's mobile order and pay curbside pickup. Use the McDonald's app to earn points on all your orders.
And now, coming onto the field.
Merrill Lynch, local faces with big company resources. We help families make great decisions with their money. They're also our halftime sponsor.
The Marching Panthers head to Geneseo for a competition with 16 other high school bands. Also this season, the Marching Panthers will be competing in
Metamora Fields Golf Club. Come for a quick bite after a round of golf. Metamora Fields, where you're always welcome.
Majors for this season are Ellie Phelps, Sophie Bowman, Felicity Schreier, and Charlotte
Kirby Foods. Be sure to check out our signature Kirby items in the deli and meat departments. Kirby Foods is proud to be 100% employee-owned. The Room, located in the historic Homestead Building, is proud to be your local football headquarters. Wernsman Lawn and Landscape, family owned and operated since 2007. Take back your weekends with quality work from Wernsman Lawn and Landscapes. And Zobrist Insurance, your total insurance solution. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have the first half stats in the second half.
And now, our Marching Panthers will perform part of their 2024 competition show, High Flight, music from and inspired by the music from the movie Top Gun. Here are your Marching Panthers.
You can do it. 102. We're not going to give up. We're never until we're strong and mighty and tough. These weights are going to be heavy, like a heavy job. So you're going to need to bring your muscles with you. Got it? Now let's get lifting some weights. Come on.
Good, man. How you doing? Good to see you. How's it going? Yeah.
What sets Snyder Village apart from other retirement living options? With a campus of over 40 acres, Snyder Village is a life plan community, offering several levels of care at one convenient location. From independent living to assisted living to skilled nursing, you're sure to find what you're looking for. Snyder Village is a faith-based community, providing for the physical, emotional, and spiritual needs of others. As a nonprofit organization, Snyder Village offers a local touch. Come see why people call Snyder Village home. Visit SnyderVillage.com.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Contact Greg Harmon for your personal price plan today.
show. Lynn Powell on flute. Alexandra Dimitri on oboe. Chris Savage, Samantha Schweizer, and Brody Stafford on sax.
Hi, Tom.
Hey, how's the college visit?
You remembered. It's good.
Does it make the short list?
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
Knowing our clients personally is what we do.
It's okay. This is what we've been planning for.
And with over 13,000 financial advisors, we do it a lot. It's why Edward Jones is the big company that doesn't act that way.
For financial strategies and one-on-one advice, contact Kevin Kyle.
Welcome back to Washington. Metamora took that 10-0 deficit into the halftime locker, guys. I'm just really impressed with the Metamora defense.
The Marching Panthers staff include
They've kind of played, other than that first drive, they've played on a short field, and they've made Washington really work for their yardage. And then the other score came on an interception that drive started on the 9-yard line.
Exactly. Can't call it a pick six, but it was a pick three. Really. But you're right. I mean, they drove them back. Ever since that initial drive, I tell you what, the defense is really responding. So we just got to get the offense going. We got to get our athletes out in space and got to make it pay. We've gone deep a couple times. It's been good. Got a pass interference call, but I think we continue to test them deep and get them on their heels a little bit, and that could open up the run game for us a little bit. But I know we're trying to run between the tackles. That's a tough road to hoe here.
Yeah, it certainly has been a tough road to hoe, and Washington's defense is pretty salty. That's a good group. Carter Perina has been there for, I think, 7-8 years now, I think.
Feels like it,
Get those tickets out. It's 50-50 time. Again, remember, we are going to have two winning numbers.
Yeah, coach has made some amazing adjustments in the first two games at halftime, so hopefully he's got a little magic left here to make something work, and maybe there's something they've seen, and we've got some opportunities out here.
Yeah, we've done a good job, and I don't know if there's a lot that you need to adjust. Defensively, I don't know, man. They made some great adjustments from that first drive to the second possession for Washington. They've done a great job there. Metamora, like I said, will get the ball to start this second half.
But yeah, defensively, I saw a couple of our defensive linemen in a 2-point stance, Scott, which is really interesting. They're really using their speed. So yeah, we've done a great job neutralizing the size difference. And Barbarinas has made plays, Kevin Barker's made plays. The linebackers have stepped up, filled well. So now I'm curious to see what our offense can pull together here. So to be a fun half.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be.
Ticket, please report as quickly as you can to the home press box. And hold on.
Brian, you got any insights for us? What do you think is the keys here to the second half?
Yeah, I mean, like we said, Metamora hasn't exactly had the ball in a good field position yet, and neither team has really looked great on offense. And if you go back the last 2 weeks, all 4 games, both teams combined, no one's really had an offensive explosion. So, I mean, we've had some pretty low-scoring games, low-scoring quarters. So, I mean, defense just got to keep it where they're at. It sounded like we were expecting them to run the ball, and that's what they did right off the bat. And we just missed a few tackles here and there. So you saw that got fixed immediately. And like you said, we turned that near pick 6 into pick 3, which was massive. So, like Coach Steve said before the game, we got to get the ball to fast guys to the outside and get ourselves some good field position, and I think we'll go to work here.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that defense has really been a nice thing here. We're a little bit like the Chicago Bears, If you watch that first game, the offense didn't do a whole lot, but the defense came out and pulled out a couple really, really nice things. So now, maybe we get a defensive score here in the second half, right?
Well, it'd be nice to have the offense come out and start this second half and put together a nice drive and get some points. and then, maybe, it'd be awfully nice to get a couple points on the board.
Yeah, and I think if you can score this first possession here, I mean football is such a momentum game, right? And Washington had the early momentum, and we really shut it down. And this game's kind of been momentum neutral here, for a while. So if we could take the momentum here, we could really make something happen here the second half.
And this is going to go to show you what we said about kicking and starting on the 20 here. I mean, this is the position where you're looking for a fiery kick returner to get us some good field position that we haven't had yet. But their kicker's been bombed them 10 yards deep through the end zone. So, yeah. I mean, that's just a situation where, you'd love to get the ball in Frederick, Avery Grebner's hands on this return right here.
Yeah.
So back deep for Metamora, I believe that's going to be the same as always. It'll be
Frederick's all the way back.
Fredericks and
Kyle
Avery
Grebner. Yep. And then you got, looks like Eli Simmons now is in for Seals here. It's kind of the short man. So, that's a little bit of a change up there.
So Washington gets ready to tee it up.
Again, still waiting on that 50-50. We will read off another number a couple of minutes into the quarter, but we may just have received the number. But keep those tickets.
Here we go.
As Washington kicks off the Metamora.
Okay, we're going to have a return. Frederick's got it. It's out over the 20.
Just had to speak it into existence there.
And the return by the Redbirds, number 8, Mark Frederick. 36, Dietrich on the snap. The return out to
See, I got us the yard there.
That's right. Hey, every yard counts, Ryan. Cote and Grebner off to the right side. Kyle's the background. Petrie gets it straight up. Ball's forward for a couple.
Yep. All that's doing is set something up.
Carried by the Redbirds results in a gain of 2 on first down, 2nd and 8, Metamora.
Kyle in the backfield with Petrie. Kyle gets it. Oh, fake. They go to Cote, and a nice defensive play there
by Lewis. Lewis made a nice job. He stepped in front and knocked the ball away.
They got his hand in there, and nice clean defensive play. But what a heck of a fake. I thought Kyle had the ball.
Tonight's 50-50. And as soon as we get a longer break in the action, we'll read.
And I'd love to see us test this other side. Their other quarter, Kamar Mack, only a sophomore over here. So, I mean, if we could get something brewing over here, might have a little less experience than Lewis over there.
Like trips right with the Birds. And Kyle gets it up the middle.
Oh, he could go!
He is gone. There's nobody going to catch Evan Kyle. Wow. And that was right up the cut, right between the tackles. Well, Scotty, you said it. They were looking at something and setting something up. Wow, that's exactly what the Birds needed. Shot in the arm there. Beautiful. Wow.
And that's the difference from starting on the 20 to the 21, fellas. that's what it does.
I love it. I love it. 1 degree, right? Hey, Water doesn't boil at 211, Ryan.
That's
it boils at 210. I'm sorry, 212. Going the wrong way there.
That's right.
1 degree makes all the difference.
Brings in Tommy Sopko for the extra point. And Metamora has closed the gap. Hopefully we get the extra point here.
High snap, gets it down.
And it's good.
Kick is good. All right.
10-7.
The extra point by the Redbirds is good. That makes
Boy, that was a 3rd down and 8. Well, I guess he got the first, didn't he?
He got the first. I tell you, Evan Kyle, he's a powerful runner, but you would not expect that kind of speed out of him. You know, and I believe he finished 3rd in the conference meet in the 100-meter, if I'm not mistaken. So, man, he's got some surprising speed. So love to see him get out in the open field. Beautiful.
9-9-8.
So now the Redbird defense is going to have to come out, and this is a big down for Metamora's defense. Just close the gap. And now you've got to, you've got to keep that momentum on your side.
Yeah, absolutely. I think these guys are fired up, and they did a great job again after that first drive. But I'm sure they've made a few more adjustments, and maybe take some other things away from them here in the second half. Tommy Sopko places the ball here for the kickoff. See who's deep there? Is that A.J. Jones, and who's the guy on the other side there? Ryan, do you see? 20, is that 21?
20.
That's Reed back there?
Yep.
Okay. Sopko kind of pooches it here off to the left side. Once you get to their own 25, gets taken down at about the 35.
Kick return by the Panthers number 2, Evan DC.
But clearly we're keeping the ball away from their speedy returners back there.
Return on the play.
Yeah, sorry, that was 21-1 back there.
That was 21?
Yeah,
okay.
Kamar Mack.
Kamar Mack, okay, you said he's a sophomore.
Yep.
So he's pretty speedy sophomore to be back there. Humphreys back in shotgun. Jones in motion, gets the jet sweep.
Oh,
good
great
pursuit by the Birds. That looks like about no gain on the play. Yep.
By the Panthers number 1, A.J. Jones around the end.
That's great pursuit by Metamora's defense there.
Scott, you look at our defense, there's so much speed on this defensive unit, so sideline to sideline, we're in pretty good shape. We get great pursuit, but, right up the gut is kind of where Washington seems to have a little bit of advantage here. But, when we shut that down, our speed really is paying dividends here.
Taking the place of Cranford, though, is sophomore Jason Pickles. Nice job coming up and run support on that play.
Humphreys under center, runs it up the middle. Looks like the Reed. Reed maybe gets the yard.
Brings up a 3rd and about 9.
Big down here for the Redbirds. Big down.
Gain of 2, 3rd and 9, Washington.
Humphrey in shotgun. Reed goes in motion left, falls on the ground, gets the ball out to Reed. Reed's taken down by Cam Nickel out in the open field.
Wow, that's a huge play from Metamora's defense.
Down.
Brings up a 4th and 9.
4th and 9. So the kicker comes on the field. A couple quick scores here. Morton 33, Canton 0 at half. Beacon 27, Dunlap 14 at half. East Peoria 21, Limestone 13 at half. Peoria High 34, Morris 28 at half. Wow.
It came all the way back?
Yeah, that's a high-scoring affair there. Wow.
Sure there was some onside kicks.
Picks up Rebner, Watson gets the Metamora bounce back over the 40-yard line. Fantastic. A couple other scores here. Eureka 14, digiMAX 0 at half, and Sycamore 21, Muhammad Seymour 7. That's in the fourth quarter.
At the Metamora 41.
And you remember, I think Muhammad Seymour did a number on Morton, if I'm not mistaken.
69-37, but Muhammad Seymour went down to Highland last week and lost, I think it was 42-41.
Yeah, real close game, so Sycamore's got to have quite a squad there.
Muhammad Seymour's put up well over 100 points in 2 games.
Yeah, so for them to have 7 points at the half is kind of a shock.
So first 10 Redbirds from their own 41-yard line. First and 10, Metamora.
Kyle, the lone back of the backfield behind Petrie. Gets it up the middle. Is met immediately for a loss on first down. Loses about 2. That brings up a 2nd and 12.
Loss of 2 on the play. 36, Quinn on the stop. Correction, Dietrich on the stop. 2nd and 12, Metamora.
Birds come out, looks like trips left here. Kyle in the backfield. Kyle rolls to his left. I'm sorry, Petrie rolls to his left, and the ball gets knocked out. And gets. Boy, it's hard to tell who's got it.
I think Metamora got it.
Metamora retains possession here.
Recovered by Metamora. 89, Carter Brina knocking the ball.
That Cowper, the big senior lineman, on the recovery.
Yeah, Petrie tried to roll back the other way, and he didn't feel the pressure. Washington had 3-4 guys coming at him, so the second he stopped, they just punched it right out.
Boy, this is 3rd and 25 here.
Yep. Boy, it'd be nice if Mr. Kyle could rip off another 80-yard touchdown run.
Yeah. Trips right for the Birds. Petrie's got it. Pitches it to the right to Kyle. Got a few blockers. Gets out to about the 30-yard line.
Carry by the Redbirds, 6 Keel. Brought down after
Petrie will go back to punt for the Redbirds here.
A little bit of a missed opportunity there.
Yep. Yeah.
Quinn. 4th and long, Metamora.
Is she coming back? You're not coming back. Oh, you are?
We're going to have 1 and 88 back now, James Johnson.
Petrie gets a nice kick down to about the Washington 40-yard line. And a nice play there. Who is that? That's number
81.
81.
By the Redbird, travels across
That's Connor Graham.
Connor Graham.
That's a nice play.
Job to make a play.
46-yard line.
And Connor Graham is a 6'1" junior.
Boy, it'd be nice to get some sort of a turnover here. You know, like I said, we haven't had a pick 6 in such a long time.
Wow, just getting a stat here from Alex Staub. That's our 9th punt out of 14 drives for the Redbirds, and I don't think that factors in the interception. You know, so got to get that offense going. Humphreys kicked it out. Now the ball's fumbled by Washington, and the ball gets fumbled and kicked out of bounds.
And they'll pick up yardage on the fumble.
Yeah. Wow.
On the play as the pitch was fumbled and kicked out of bounds.
And that's about the 3rd or 4th fumble for Washington's offense. That wasn't the snap, but the first couple fumbles have been on a bad or low snap.
Got a greased pig out there, you know. The ball's been on the ground quite a bit here lately.
And they've been lucky because they haven't turned the ball over at all. They've had, what, that's their 3rd fumble?
Yeah, the ball's been out a number of times. Humphrey under center. Gives it to Reed. Reed gets about 5 or 6. He's really close to the first down marker.
Going to be just short here.
Brings up a third and about a foot.
Carry by the Panthers, Hunter Reed gets a gain to the 44-yard line.
I think Washington's requested a measurement.
Now the officials lined it up, and I believe they're going to give him, well, there we go. They're going to do a measurement.
And we're going to have
Thought he was going to wave it forward.
an official's timeout for a measurement.
We'll see if this is a.
We thought we had a winner of the poll.
This is a. If this is a veteran chain crew, if that back guy stretches out his chain.
They wanted the money and not the pork.
Yeah,
so
why
they
does he?
declined to take the pork package? So we're going to move on to another number.
Is that part of the trade, Scotty?
That's a first down.
Yep.
Yeah, the back guy can just stand there because they use the clip to go to the yard line. So the back guy means nothing.
Yeah, he doesn't have to stretch it out. Yeah.
866-959. 866.
Well, Washington gets a first down here on the Redbird 44-yard line.
Package of pork, and you can come claim that at the home press box. 866-959.
Humphrey under center.
First down, Washington.
Gives us the up man. Rumbles forward for
about 5. Yeah, maybe 4. Maybe 4.
Yeah, about 4. That's that play that Washington has done for years. You know, giving it to the, the fullback right up front. And that's always been a tough play for us to stop.
Washington.
Washington now in the power I. Humphrey under center. The Reed up the middle. Gets a few, maybe a couple.
Carried by the Panthers, 20, Reed.
Brings up a third down.
Third and about a yard and a half.
Gain to the 36, 3rd and 2, Washington.
And then Washington will take a timeout.
And before we
yeah, they weren't quite sure what they were doing, but Reed subbed out. Looks like that was number 28 there in the backfield. That I don't think we've really seen him much.
Was that 28 or 22?
Carter Quinn, I think,
Carter Quinn
was the running back there. But, coach didn't like what he saw or something, so Washington takes a timeout here to talk things over in the third down. 5:21 to go here in the third quarter. Washington 10, Metamora 7.
Association and Redbird Packing Company for helping out with
Well,
the
big play
donation
here.
of pork
A big play for the Birds, but I have a feeling we're in 4-down territory. So, hopefully we can get some penetration, drive them back here a little bit. It looks like, I believe that's Quinn there in the backfield. Is that number 30?
I can't see.
28, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can't. No.
Quinn gets it. He's got it up for the first down. Gets down to about the 25-yard line. Just keeps his feet moving.
Carried by the Panthers, number 20, Hunter Reed.
Oh, that's Hunter Reed, but
Gets enough for the first down and more all the way down to the 25-yard line. Tackled there by
I thought I'm seeing a 28 there. Ryan, you got younger eyes than me, buddy.
Well, you got a 36 and a 28 back there.
Yeah, so that was 28. That was Quinn.
That was Quinn.
That was not Reed. I think the public address announcer got it wrong, but that makes me feel better. I'm not too crazy, right? These numbers are hard to see. Humphrey hands it off to Quinn again. He just keeps his feet moving and rumbles forward here.
A lot of arm tackling right now.
Yeah. Brings up a second and short here.
Carried by the Panthers, we believe this time by 28, Carter Quinn. And a gain of 7 on the play, 2nd and 3, Washington.
Hey, Randy, is that number 75 that's gone in and played nose guard for Metamora? Or is it 76? It's 70, right in nose guard.
Boy, I can't see it, but yeah, it's 75 or 76. I don't know who we have, but pretty big dude.
That's 75. That 75 is Gavin Ryan, a 6'1", 280-pound freshman.
Wow. Yeah, he's a force to be reckoned with, no question about it.
The Panthers 28, Quinn. Again this time. Will end up just short of the first down yardage. 3rd and short, Washington.
Washington gives it to the up man. Rumbles forward for a couple. Probably enough to get the first down, looks like.
Carried by the Panthers 36, Thomas Dietrich. Gets a gain inside the 15 to around.
Boy, Scott, this is 3 yards in a cloud of dust here on this drive. Humphrey under center. Hands the ball off to Quinn, who again knifes his way in for a few yards.
28, Carter Quinn, the carry for the Panthers. Stopped by 26, Cam Nickel.
Gets about 4 yards on the carry, brings up a 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6, Washington.
Well, they've been at the 9-yard line before. Maybe we can have similar results there. Washington in the power I here. Quinn gets it. It's hit immediately.
28, Quinn, the carry for the Panthers.
Sam Barbarinas, nice job of standing his ground.
Barbarinas comes up, makes the play, and gets some help, and drives Washington back 2 yards on that play.
Big one here. We'll take 3 all day, any day of the week now.
Yeah, for sure. Humphrey under center. Pitches the ball out to the left. That's to Quinn. Oh, no. Redbird had him in the backfield. We just didn't wrap up. Quinn shakes loose for the touchdown.
That makes it score Washington 16, Metamora 7.
That's Quinn's 2nd touchdown of the night here. Miller in for the extra point. Up, good, and it is good.
And the extra point is good. Kicked in by number 7, Devin Miller, after the snap.
Takes the score to 17 for the Panthers and 7 for the Redbirds here with 1:23 to go in the 3rd quarter.
17, Metamora 7.
Well, fellas, we got to respond here. You know, we had some great momentum there come out of halftime, but
yeah, I think we're going to see Metamora take a few more chances here on these.
Yeah,
you're going to see more stuff to the outside. You're going to see some stuff a little further downfield. You're not going to see many runs up the middle here on 1st and 2nd down like we've been doing.
looks like Avery Grebner is the deep man for the Redbirds here. Evan Kyle and That's Grady Neal also, number 23 back. And then who do we have out there in the middle
I
of the
can't
short
see.
position? Eli Simmons, number 12 out there. Okay. So it looks like Grebner's in for Frederick here as the deep man.
And that'll go into the end zone. Redbirds get the ball at the 20.
The Panthers travels into the end zone for a touchback. Ball will be brought out to the 20-yard line. First down, Metamora.
Redbirds come out, trips right, eye on the backfield.
Was that motion on Metamora?
Yeah, looks like we jumped a little bit too eager there.
We can't have
ball.
that.
Yeah, so that'll bring us back 5 yards. Get 1st and 15 for the Birds.
Part of the snap, false start. Offense, number 77. 5-yard penalty, touchdown.
5-yard penalty makes it 1st and 15, Metamora.
Again, Birds come out, trips right. Eye on the backfield. Petrie in shotgun. Keeps the ball off the left side.
That's just not.
Gets a couple.
By the Redbirds, number 16, Stephen Petrie. Gain of 1 on the play, 2nd and 14, Metamora.
Less than a minute on the clock here in the third quarter. 2nd and 14 for the Redbirds.
Come on, Birds, let's go.
Morrison in motion. Petrie back to pass. Kind of a back shoulder play there to Grebner.
Number 3.
That was Cote.
It was the Cote? Okay.
Yeah, number 3.
He was in front of the players there, didn't see him. So that brings up a 3rd down for the Birds here. Try to get that little back shoulder play just to make it manageable here on 3rd down, but boys have to come up with a big play here. Grebner goes in motion. Petrie back to pass. Scrambles. Running to his right. Gets the ball out. Gets it to Grebner, but a little bit too far out of bounds there for him to make a play on that. It'll bring up a 4th down for Metamora. We'll have to kick it away here from right in front of our own end zone. Petrie back in his 1-yard line here to punt. It's the line drive kick out, and the ball's dropped by A.J. Jones, picked back up. He's on his feet, gets met with a nice hit there by the Redbirds. That's Caleb Morrison there on the hit.
Stopped by 49, Caleb Morrison.
And we've got a Redbird down here, looks like with a cramp.
Return on the play inside the 35.
The funny part was that the Washington kid was giving him was holding his leg for him.
Yeah, those cramps are so painful. Oh, it just gets you knotted up. So a couple updated scores here in the third quarter. We've got Morton 40, Canton 7. And again in the third quarter, Pekin 27, Dunlap 21. So Pekin's made a run here to take the lead over Dunlap. East Peoria 28, Limestone 13, again in the third quarter.
Is that Cam Nickel with the leg cramp? Yeah, that's Cam Nickel. Well, you don't want to see him come out.
No, hopefully we can get him, get things moving for him. Final score I've got here is Sycamore 21, Bahamas Seymour 13.
As play
So
resumes after the timeout,
that's a big game. That'll have some implications late in the season for playoff pairings, I'm sure.
Ten seconds to go here in this third quarter. Redbirds trail 17-7. Washington's going to have the ball deep in Redbird territory.
Quinn gets it. It's struck down by Grebner. Down about the 15-yard line.
Number 28, Carter Quinn, the carry for the Panthers.
And that left side is really wide open when they're running it over there.
And that'll do it the third quarter. Redbirds trail 17-7 as we head into the fourth. Let's take some time to thank our sponsors.
Washington 17, Metamora 7. Panther fans, get your hands ready. It's time to catch and win as our Panther cheerleading squad tosses football.
Don't miss, boys, a fall concert on September 21st at Black Partridge Park featuring Redbird alumni Joe Stam, Brody Vansel, and Landon Durst. Proceeds from the event will benefit the Unified Redbirds. Get tickets at MetamoraKiwanis.com or Goodfield State Bank. Commerce Bank is proud to support the Metamora Redbird. For nearly 160 years, Commerce Bank has been helping people find answers to financial questions that matter most to them. Goodfield State Bank, big enough to serve you, small enough to know you. Hanover's Pub, your favorite food and drinks every time you visit. See you on the square. The Redbirds need a turnover here.
Absolutely. And I've got a little something here. I want to recognize one of the officials out here, the side judge on the Metamora side, John Carls. He, the Hall of Fame softball umpire. So we just want to recognize him. Quinn gets it again on the right side. Still on his feet and shakes loose. It gets into the end zone. You know, Quinn just keeps those feet going. You know, I go back to the days. I don't know if you remember this guy in the pros, Roger Craig.
Oh yeah.
You know, played for San Fran. Just high knees, and Quinn just keeps those feet chopping. You know, it's really hard to get a hold of him.
And we were actually missing a guy on that right side. We had a guy run on super late.
Oh,
end up kind of
there. They just hit the right button. Miller puts it through for the extra point. That brings the score. Washington 24, Metamora 7 here with 11:50 to go in the fourth quarter.
Washington 24, Metamora 7.
The offense really needs to make something happen here to keep us in the hunt here.
The tough part is, they've got the lead, so now they can just kind of pin their ears back, and Metamora's going to have to, come out and do some things.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. They've got the ability, with that big physical offensive line, they've got the ability to run some clock. And so, we really have to get aggressive. We've got to score, and we've got to find a way to really shut them down, Avery Grebner, the back man here for Metamora.
That'll go out of the end zone, I think.
There'll be a touchback.
Ball will be brought out to the 20-yard line. First down, Metamora.
Well, Metamora starts from their own 20 again.
Got to put together a drive.
Yeah. Just got to play discipline here. Got to play clean. Stay away from the yellow flag. Metamora comes out, trips left. Kyle in the backfield with Petrie. Kyle gets it up the middle. Gets a couple.
First down carry.
And on both sides, I don't think either team has really completed a meaningful pass.
Boy, that's for sure.
Yeah. We got to check that ball. Is there grease on that ball or what? I mean, for some reason, you're absolutely right. It's been hard to handle tonight. Metamora comes out again, trips right. Grebner in motion. Kyle gets it up the middle. Gets to the 25.
6 Keel the carry again for the Redbirds.
Decent pickup there.
That brings up a 3rd and 5.
Gain up to the 25. 3rd and 5, Metamora. .36 Dietrich on the stop for the Panthers.
Play clock is down to 5 here. Petrie gets it, looking to his right, scrambling in pursuit, and the ball gets knocked out of his hand. I don't know if that's going to be a fumble or an incomplete pass.
Loose ball, play hops out of bounds for a loss.
Yeah, they're going to say that's a fumble.
Yep, that brings up a 4th down here.
Joe Smith will bring up 4th and 14.
Petrie back to kick for the Birds. Ball rolls over the 50, gets fielded by Washington.
That's pretty good play by that Shea Seals.
Shea Seals gets a hold of him.
That's pretty good play there.
That was number 3 from the Panthers, Evan Reed.
Brought down by 88 Jackson and 6 Keel. Return to the Metamora 45.
Jackson assisted on the tackle there.
First down, Washington.
Washington takes over at the Metamora 45. .9:54 in the clock. We have to find a way, get helmet on the ball or punch the ball out.
Yep.
Aggressive here. We need a turnover. A.J. Jones. And Humphreys keeps it now up the middle.
Quarterback keeper by number 9, Tyler Humphrey.
He's got enough for the first down.
Inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. First down,
it's down to the Metamora 34.
The fact that they're just pounding on us is starting to wear us down. And we did a nice job of defending that. Part of the first quarter, the second, and part of the third. Now it's just they're just getting worn down.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they went in at halftime and said, "Hey, let's go back to our bread and butter. Let's just ground and pound," and it's been very effective for them. Humphrey under center, hands the ball off to Reed. Reed gets taken out by Cam Nickel. About a 2-yard gain.
And this is a team in Washington where if you're the defense, you want them to throw the ball. So the fact that they're comfortable enough to continue running and continue moving down the field. It's just, it's almost death for the other team.
Yeah, for sure.
Passing is absolutely their weakness. As we've seen in the past couple weeks, it has 6 interceptions already.
Like Cam Nickel came out with an injury. Yeah, Grady Neal, number 23, just came in for him there at linebacker. Humphrey under center. They're in the power I. Reed right up the middle. Brought down by Petrie. Got a penalty flag here.
Penalty marker
on the
comes
25.
in at the end of the play after the run by 20 Reed.
See what the Whitehead has to say about it.
21-yard line.
See, where's the ref at? He's in the middle of the Washington pack there, doing some pointing. Personal foul. Face mask on the Redbirds.
Half the distance yardage results in a first down.
They're inside the 30.
Personal foul penalty.
By half the distance to the goal line. Brings them down to about the 10.
He's spotted at the 10-yard line. First down, Washington.
Clock's running. Getting down close to 8 minutes here. Washington's waiting to snap the ball. Trying to milk every second off the clock. Humphrey under center. They're set up in the power I. That looks like Quinn out there. Good touchdown. Gets into the end zone. Well, some updated scores for us here. Again, thanks to Alex Dow for providing this to us throughout the game. So we got Morton 46, Canton 7. That's in the third quarter. Pekin 27, Dunlap 21 in the third quarter. East Peoria 34, Limestone 20 in the third quarter. Peoria High 34, Morris 28, still in the third quarter. Eureka 47, digiMAX 0. That game is in the fourth quarter. And then again, you've got your final, your Sycamore Muhammad Seymour 21-13. That's a final score. So thank you, Alex, for providing those to us.
And I think we're going to get a couple, maybe a pair of unsportsmanlike conducts here down in the corner.
Yeah, some celebration maybe down there by Washington.
After the touchdown, a personal foul on the defense. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the offense. Those penalties offset. We have a touchdown, extra point.
Oh, offsetting penalty there. That didn't see that. I thought it was maybe celebration after the touchdown. See anything down there, Ryan?
Yeah, we had a little scuffle down here in the corner. On the opposite from where the touchdown was scored.
Miller lines up for the extra point.
What, they having penalties now? Offsetting? People getting chippy? What they have? Unsportsmanlike?
The snap goes over the head.
Show me.
Miller falls on it. So the extra point attempt is no good.
Washington 30, Metamora 7.
Well, they didn't get that. Well, with 7:39 to go here in the fourth quarter, Washington 30, Metamora 7. So
You know, at this point, Scotty, you just start playing for pride.
Yep.
You know, you try to get something going here, get a little momentum going, and try to carry it in the next week. You know, we're going to have a tough game against Morton. We know that. So, you know, now it's just time to start building momentum for that next game. Yep.
They never play well here.
Krebner, the deep man for the Birds here.
Hopefully we'll have an important piece in Jadon.
Yeah,
back next
I
week.
think so too. Would love to see him healthy.
And I think it was possible that, you know, if we made things a little interesting here in the second half, that he could have maybe gone in. But at this point, you're not going to risk that, especially now with 6 games left.
Miller again with another booming kick into the end zone.
By the Panthers, goes into the end zone for a touchback. Ball out to the 20, first down. Metamora.
Well, you know, you kind of said it, Ryan. I mean, there just hasn't been a whole lot on the pass game here today.
From either team, you're right.
Yeah, from either team. And maybe with Washington, I would expect that. I mean, they certainly want to run the ball with their size, but you start thinking about us. I mean, that's a big part of what we need to be able to do with the ball, you know. But maybe we could get something established here, you know. Trips left for the Birds. Kyle gets it up the middle. It's to about the 25.
Carried by the Redbirds.
And now here is, you know, you can take a positive out of every game. We had Washington didn't have any, that big play. They just kind of beat us, you know, kind of the old Metamora way, if you want to say. Just long, methodical drives down the field. They snuck a field goal in there, and they played solid defense. We're the ones that really had the breakaway play, and that was just a run, you know, to the left side. It wasn't even really outside, I would say.
Yeah, they just, you know, they look like the Philadelphia Eagles, you know, just pounding away 3-4 yards at a time.
DBs both sides, little bored tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, be nice to see us make a couple connections here. Petrie now looked at Kyle, kept it up the middle, gets over the 30-yard line.
By the Redbirds, number 16, Steven.
It'll be a Metamora first down.
Tackle again by 44, Freeman. Gain just across the 30. First down, Metamora.
Kyle gets it on the left side. Runs out of bounds.
Pretty decent run.
Toss out to the Redbirds, number 6.
What, about 6? Yeah, maybe 5.
Keel. Gain of 4 on the play, 2nd and 6, Metamora.
I like us going side to side here, Scotty.
Yeah, you too.
I like that. You know, just kind of open them up, making those big guys run sideline to sideline. You know, I think you've told me stories over the years about Coach Kurt pulling that with some of these bigger teams, you know, just going sideline to sideline.
Keel carries again for the Redbirds. Again, the stop by 44, Will Freeman. Call it a loss of.
And like we were talking about, you're not going to see in these last about 6 minutes Metamora put any of their key guys in a situation where they could get hurt here.
Right.
So, I mean, like you've seen the last 3 plays, we're just kind of running the ball up the middle.
They were like, it's full over there. It's like,
Redbirds and trips right. Petrie back to pass. Going to keep it. Taken down. No gain in the play. That'll bring up a 4th down.
Is brought down.
Bring on the Redbird punt unit.
Short gain on the play. will bring up fourth down, Metamora.
Yeah, I mean, you want to see some positives here, but you're absolutely right, Brian. At this point, there's no sense really putting anybody in harm's way, you know. You don't want to do anything too crazy.
This is the time, and I remember Scott saying this a few years ago. Teams who don't put their subs in times like this are the bad teams who stay bad. Very important time for underclassmen to get experience.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Nice job there by Udell. Scoop up the ball. It was taking a Washington bounce.
At the 44-yard line, first down, Washington.
Washington takes over at their own 44-yard line here. Metamora will...
Metamora started to sprinkle in some second-teamers and get some guys some playing time, and it looks like Washington's kind of done the same, it looks like.
Yeah. Yeah, this does look like maybe their JV squad.
Owen Klein, it looks like, is in at quarterback.
A little broken up play right there. Went the handoff to the running back, and he wasn't there. But guys are working on their timing, so yeah, good for these guys to get some time, get some reps up here underneath the bright lights.
Good to see number 27, Brendan Batters. He was out last year, got in a bad accident right before the second game of the year, and missed the whole rest of the season. He's back out there now. Good to see.
It is great to see him taking a snap in a football game. Absolutely.
Number 2,
Evan Deasy for Washington there.
Tackled by 13,
first down. And number 40, Remington Lumpkin, came in for Brad Shaw.
First down, Washington.
Got like Barbarinas is coming out here. That's number 50, Zach Doty coming in for him.
Evan Grove comes in on defense now.
Yep, got Landon Schneider out there, number 51. Good to see these guys getting some reps.
So Washington's doing everything to just lengthen the game. They're not trying; they're just running a basic offense.
Yeah, they're just keeping the clock running and running between the tackles.
And they're waiting to run the play till it's down to like 3 seconds on the play clock. So
they're
gotta hand it to them.
Yeah, they are. They're doing a nice job managing the clock. Up the middle, nice stick there by Remington Lumpkin.
Number 27,
That was a picture-perfect form tackle.
Yeah, nice job. Broke down, made a nice hit.
For the Redbirds, Brendan Batters with the stop.
Also got defensive back Briggs Busey in there, number 5. I think he's a basketball player too, isn't he?
Yeah. Good athlete.
Defense, that's 22 out there. Xavier Payton as well. I think he's playing corner or safety. And number 2 for Washington shakes loose here. That's Evan Deasy for the score. 1:49 on the clock here in the fourth quarter.
Evan Deasy with the touchdown run. That makes the score Washington 36, Metamora 7.
Well, Scotty, we talked about it early in the game. This Washington came in here with an 0-2 record. And, they were hungry for a victory.
Oh, for sure. Sure.
But again, the competition that they played in those first two games is absolutely no indication of an 0-2 record.
They just wore us down.
Yeah. This is a big, strong team.
Washington 37, Metamora 7.
That brings the score with 1:49 to go here. Washington 37, Metamora 7. You got Grebner here, deep for the Redbirds. And we've got like Braden Bittner there is the short man. Number 15, Ty Duncan, out on one side.
Yeah.
And then we've got 23. That's Grady Neal on the other side. So Grebner gets it, brings it out to about the 25-yard line.
Kick return by the
Do you have any finals in any of those games?
Across the 20 near the 25.
Let me take a look and see what I've got
Number
here,
21,
Scott.
Kamar Mack with the stop for the Panthers.
Pekin and Dunlap are tied up at 27. Horns up 53-7 over Canton. East Peoria 41, Limestone 28.
Did you mention the Pekin Dunlap score?
Tied at
27. Perfect. Yep, that's in the fourth quarter. 53-7, Morton over Canton. 41-28, East Peoria over Limestone in the fourth quarter.
Well, a lot to learn from this game. Washington has a little momentum going into the rest of their season, and Morton going to have a little momentum. Didn't play a great team in Canton, but their offense definitely got going tonight. So learn from this one, have be tested again next week, Morton.
Yeah, when you get that offense going and you start putting the ball in the end zone, it just a little confidence comes along,
And I think we would all say confidently that Washington it was probably the best team that we've faced so far.
Oh, without question.
Yeah, no question. The most physical up front, absolutely. The game a lot of times gets won in the box, and especially with the way that they play. And they're going to be a tough team to beat here in the conference, no question about it.
And that'll draw to a close. Redbirds drop the contest to Washington 37-7. And we'll have an interview with head coach Jared Grebner coming up here in just a few minutes. But I think, there's still a lot for Metamora to play with. This is only a third game. We're 2-1. And the rest of the games, Metamora matches up pretty well.
Definitely, I don't know how much of a difference Cranford would have made. I mean, having two threats in the backfield where you could pitch the ball either way, kind of loosen up the defense, that certainly could have had an impact. But,
and he's also a defensive weapon too. Yeah. He's one of our corners.
Yeah, sure. Defensively. So but yeah, we got manhandled tonight. That's pretty much where we're at. But we've got a younger line, and we've got to grow and get experience, and a lot of these guys that we've got at line, they're young, they're learning the game, So each week these guys are growing and learning and getting better. So
why don't we take a timeout, and when we come back, we'll have a chat with head coach Jared Grebner.
Jerry D here. I'm ready to answer your questions about broadband communications. What is Wi-Fi 6? Well, with dual-band Wi-Fi 6, you get a 4-fold increase in peak speeds, better security, and 30% better reach to give you complete coverage everywhere in the home. Wi-Fi 6 is the ideal solution if you're connecting more and more devices around your home. How about on my patio? Yes. In the garage? Bingo. Yes, the garage. Attic. Okay. Really, if you're working out of your attic, yes, it'll work in your attic. Treehouse. You have a treehouse, okay? If you are the type of person that loves to leave your family and go to the treehouse, you can work in the treehouse. Yes, you are an ultra-connected user. Well, and lucky for you, Wi-Fi 6 supports both 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz bands to take on even the most challenging connected homes like yours, by the sounds of it. These cutting-edge systems actually improve the efficiency of all your devices. So there you have it. Wi-Fi 6 improved performance and capacity in real-world conditions, like a treehouse. Thanks for watching.
Contact Greg Harmon for an auto quote today.
It's a celebration. Let's celebrate. We're gonna have a good time tonight.
Germantown Grill, where our staff loves the game as much as you do. Football, basketball, baseball, whatever your sport, we'll be cheering right along as we serve up your hometown favorites. We've got everything you need to celebrate the wins. Food and flavors to satisfy any craving. Plus, the best private gaming around, powered by Gold Rush Gaming, the gold standard in video gaming. Only at Germantown Grill in Germantown Hills.
Both of my children have really enjoyed Dr. Frenette. She's epic with our kids. She works so well, making them feel comfortable, making the treatments fun, because fears can be a big deal.
If you haven't tried chiropractic, call us at Kaufman Wellness Center.
I'm actually 49 years old and I'm in the best shape I've ever been in. What I like about Kaufman is the communication is excellent. It's always very easy to get in. They had a huge impact on how fast I was able to reach my fitness goal.
101. You can do it. 102. We're not going to give up. We're never until we're strong and mighty and tough. These weights are going to be heavy, like a heavy job. So you're going to need to bring your muscles with you. Got it? Now let's get lifting some weights. Come on.
Both of my children have really enjoyed Dr. Frenette. She's epic with our kids. She works so well, making them feel comfortable, making the treatments fun, because fears can be a big deal.
If you haven't tried chiropractic, call us at Kaufman Wellness Center.
I'm actually 49 years old and I'm in the best shape I've ever been in. What I like about Kaufman is the communication is excellent. It's always very easy to get in. They had a huge impact on how fast I was able to reach my fitness goal.
So I sent someone to get me food. Why was that? I seen you snapping.
Martin's sign service team, led by third-generation sign installer Andrew Martin, is excited for another year of serving as Central Illinois' premier full-service sign company. Not only are we a proud authorized Watchfire digital message sign dealer, but we can custom design and fabricate a brand new sign to your specifications, as well as repair and upgrade your existing signage. Remember, You only have one chance to make a good first impression. Call Martin Sign Service today for a free quote.
Anytime you want to start. Even if the set set out, I just think it's good. So good. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Welcome back to Washington. We're here with Metamora coach Jerry Grimmer. Coach, and pretty solid effort for your kids. I thought the first drive they kind of took it to you a little bit, but after that, your kids played their butts off in the final three quarters of that first quarter, the second quarter, most of the third quarter, and they just ran out of gas. I mean, if you look across from them, those guys were 60, 70 pounds heavier than your guys.
No consolation to any of our kids, though. They came over here to win the ball game. We withstand their first initial surge. Went toe-to-toe with them. We don't expect anything less than our players. They're Metamora Redbird football players. That's what every player's done since they put on this helmet, and that's what our kids continue to do. We got a little burst there in the third quarter with Jimmy's long touchdown run, put us within 10-7. Unfortunately, they got another one, put themselves up 17-7, but you're still going back and forth. And you're hanging in there, but then eventually, we have a lot of guys going both ways, and I think that kind of wore on us a little bit. And they didn't have as many. I think they only have about 3 guys going both ways, and eventually that does start making a difference. And like you said, we kind of ran out of gas a little bit. The one thing they've always been able to hang their hat on is a stout defense, and they showed that again tonight. Even when you sometimes get looks that you want, they find some ways. They really do. But the one thing about this team is I know they're going to come up and ready to work on Monday, ready to watch film, ready to break down film, and we're going to get ready to improve. And we got Morton next week.
Yeah, Morton next week. Your team, a few injuries, a few dings. You'll probably find out more tomorrow how serious or they'll be back next week. But you've got a lot of football left to be played, and there's a lot of good things can be you can take from this game. You're probably going to have to somehow get a little bit healthier. And other than that, I thought your team, especially defensively, and we just talked about it, I thought your defense played outstanding tonight.
I think there's always going to be highs in the game. There's always going to be lows. We'd like a few more highs, of course. But all of our kids are competitors. This is going to stick with them throughout the weekend. There's no doubt about that. But we always say, we got to take it one play at a time, learn from previous plays, but you got to put it behind us. So, like I said, we'll get back together, we'll break things down, we'll learn from it, and then we got to move on. It's Morton. Maybe there's a little nice remedy is some old home field games over on Malone, to get us back on the right track. But that's a good team. We knew that they were a good team. They've always played good competition between Canelan and Kankakee. We talked about that earlier this week, and so we knew that we were up for a tough challenge, and they were going to be up for the challenge too. And unfortunately, we just came out on the wrong end tonight.
Coach, we'll let you get going here. I know that you don't want to miss the bus.
Sometimes I need a long walk to clear my head. So.
But we'll let you get going here in a minute, Coach. Like we talked a little bit about your injuries. Jadon Cranford wasn't able to play tonight. Still has an ankle. Any prognosis or anything you think would he think he'll be ready to go next week?
No, we'll just keep taking it day by day, just kind of like practice. I'll talk to Jessica, our trainer. She does a tremendous job with Midwest. They work in conjunction with us. And so I'm not going to speculate on some of those guys, but we'll take it day by day with everybody, listen to see what the best course of action is. And, of course, the sooner we can get our guys healthier, the better.
All righty, Coach. Pretty good job tonight. Just came out on the wrong end. Yep. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
That'll do it from Washington. Redbirds fall 37-7. I want to thank Tom Hagan, our producer. I want to thank Mike Kirker, our cameraman, Jonathan Stahlberg, our other camera guy, Randy Bagol, and Ryan Fogel tonight. That'll do it from Washington. Redbirds fall. We'll see you next Friday night at Malone.